Got to give the people what they want.
Slamming Sam Howell, baby.
I say give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because you may be surprised what you come up with, but then again, maybe you won't.
I'm on the fence with this because I think I covered that game, and I think that the Heels' game planning and the fact that they pounded the ball they ran the ball so effectively really helped Sam Howell in the passing game, which we know, with play action and all of that. I think if you kind of let him loose, that Miami defense, which is pretty good, they got that great linebacking core.
Yeah.
They may expose Howell as the freshman. I think you still stay a little conservative with him.
No, slinging Sammy Howell. I mean, you gotta let him go. You gotta let him go.
Yeah, go. Let him go.
Let him go.
What's that phrase? It's like scared. Something don't make
scared money don't make money.
Yeah, scared money don't make money. Bad style.
I thought you were going to say scared straight.
If you're scared, get a dog. That's what I thought he was going to say.
Feeling froggy.
What?
No.
If you're scared, get a dog.
Yeah, you ever heard that before?
Reese, what are you talking about?
That must be some Alabama stuff.
Well, you know what? I guess so.
That's some coastal Carolina stuff.
I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here. Yeah.
So you never heard that term before, Jasmine?
No, I've never heard.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
if you heard that term before, give me a call. 919-890-6200. Apparently, just me.
Scared get a dog.
All right.
You made that up.
Huh?
You made that
No.
up.
No. That's not heard that.
All
right, Vashti, what we got?
2-part for the UNC guys, though. The overall consensus is that one game changed the narrative about Tar Heel football. Game on and game over, that Saturday's win changed the narrative about Tar Heel football.
Hell no.
I don't know that change the narrative would be the way I look at it. I kind of think that everyone, we're looking at what's going to happen in this new season. What are the changes? There's so many changes have been made, so we're kind of just like looking. Are they going to be trending in the right direction? So I think that game kind of gave Carolina fans a little hope. Whether they changed, a losing mentality, I'm not sure. I don't think I would look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little too early for that now. If they have a repeat this weekend coming up, I'm thinking maybe there's some things that's trending that way where the Carolina program has a new face, new attitude, new methodology. So yeah, we about a game away from doing that, in my opinion.
All right, and you guys play football, and I played other sports. It's mental to me at this point. That win was more of a mental thing than anything else. And now these guys think that they can win and they think that they can compete, as opposed to last year where they would have lost that same game in the fourth quarter. Maybe their mentality has changed and they have a winning mentality and they'll keep it going forward.
I agree. I think part of that is because their leader has won before at Carolina, and he's won a national championship, so he has receipts to the point where people can really buy into that, and it worked out on Saturday. So that's the confidence they're going to build up, hopefully to go out the rest of the season.
All right, guys. The Panthers finished the preseason 2-2, but lost both games where their starters played the most minutes. Players in the locker room are confident that the mistakes that happened in the preseason will be ironed out before Sunday's game against the Rams. Game on or game over that the Panthers' rocky preseason won't matter come Sunday.
No, it won't matter. It won't make a difference. Whatever happened in the preseason, with what they were trying to figure out and place people, and none of that matters. The only thing that matters.
So the preseason doesn't matter?
Honestly, none of that matters. Zero impact on this game, on this first game coming out. None of that kind of stuff happens. It matters.
The preseason matters evaluating some of the new guys or some of the free agents. But in terms of the overall execution of the team, no. Practice matters, but preseason games, I don't think matters at all. Yeah.
Not enough playing time. Not enough playing time.
Yeah,
really.
I haven't watched a ton of, their preseason or anything like that. I know that preseason games generally are like Reese said, you're looking at the younger guys, seeing what they can do. The veterans, they are not necessarily playing in those games, and if they are, it's on the tail end of it. I don't know. I don't think that it would necessarily be telling one way or the other.
Or as Shakai calls it, shadow boxing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You guys must know better. I would be legit concerned based on what I saw during the preseason. During their times in, I expected the starters, at least defensively, with all of the additions that they had to be more stout. But if if the preseason doesn't matter, then they'll come out and be at least
I don't know.
give the Rams a run for their money. But I was concerned heading out after those games against the after the game against the Patriots.
But in terms of like what, like the,
I didn't see the push from the defensive line that I expected to see. We know Cam Newton got hurt, but the offensive line, I know that the offensive line is more of a rhythm thing. They need more time, but they didn't look as good as I expected them to look. We didn't really see much of the run game, but those are the two areas of concern.
Well, oftentimes you hear about these teams going undefeated in the preseason. It don't win but 3 or 4 games in the regular season. That's why you can't put
my Lions went undefeated one year in the preseason, then it went 0-16 in the regular season.
Thank you. So
as sad as I am to say that.
Trust me.
I'm just saying. My point exactly.
I was just about to bring that up. I know of at least 2 teams that went undefeated in the preseason and went winless in the regular season.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. That part.
Right.
Yeah. That part right there. Yeah. That part.
Okay, Adam Schefter, he has no regrets on leaking the news of Andrew Luck's retirement during the actual game, but the Colts organization is really mad about that, and they want to know who the leak was. Game on and game over to Luck not being able to announce his retirement on his own terms.
Wait a minute.
I mean, ideally, I'd like, if a player has something to say or something that big, that they'd get the opportunity to, but this is just how the media works.
No, I think it's totally irresponsible what Adam Schefter did.
I don't think it's far-fetched, though. Like, I'm not surprised.
During the game, when this guy's actually at the game.
I understand
that. That's like some juicy gossip that you have to tell.
Why?
You don't think so?
Because you want to be that guy that's dropping knowledge like that? Okay, whatever.
He's a reporter, not a public relations guy.
Nobody asked you, Mike.
Okay, first of all, he scheduled the tweet. He just misscheduled it.
Oh, that's a lie.
I'm telling you.
He put PM. He meant for it to be AM.
Right. I mean, he was already. It was scheduled.
I don't know if I believe that.
I'm telling you, he misscheduled the tweet.
I think it's irresponsible.
If you had to ask, he's never done anything like this. Never. Think about this. He's never been that guy.
This was the first news that he's ever broke?
No. Of course not. What I mean, though, he's never been the early bird guy.
I don't think so. No, I disagree with that.
What did he do?
Okay. Are you being sarcastic when you say this?
No, I'm being serious.
No.
He's sarcastic.
He does, that's his deal. He wants to be the first to everything.
No, I'm saying, but he's never, prematurely announced anything.
That's what premature.
Game on to Andrew Luck and players making those kinds of announcements for themselves.
Yeah.
I would, if I'm the Colts and that was the thing that happened, I'm definitely trying to figure out who that leak is. I'm not going to blame Adam Schefter for telling people about it. The leak is, where the information, came from. The
guy says, hey, man, he put his retirement in today. Oh, okay, cool. And once I verified it was true, I went ahead and put it out. Adam Schefter's not a bad guy for telling the truth.
The leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake.
Nobody said it wasn't the truth. The timing of it all, I thought was the question.
So Reese, you said it was irresponsible. What do you mean? Why do you think
because during the time you put him in a very uncomfortable position, the fact that a game is going on, he's on the sideline, he's making a big announcement, he's leaving the franchise. He couldn't wait till after the game, right after the game. Come on, he could have done that.
I get what both of you guys are saying, but I'm telling you, as a reporter myself, if I had that news and I confirmed it and it was verified, I don't care whether the game was going on. Andrew Luck could have been under center and throwing the ball, and I would have sent that message off. It's just, and
I would say Vashti is very irresponsible in her
How
reporting.
is that irresponsible on the reporter?
Because
you're expecting them to somehow.
No.
Whoever leaked that information is high up in that organization, and that's the person who should be held responsible, not the reporter for putting it out.
And maybe that person gave that information to Adam in confidence and
confidence to a reporter.
But my point is, he's probably saying the same thing right now. Hey, man, I just gave this not for you to drop it during the game.
Then what did you give it to him for?
Because he could be the first. No, right after the announcement to say, well, I knew about it, but out of respect, in my opinion, out of respect for Andrew Luck, I decided to hold on to it because this was a major announcement that's going to affect the franchise, and I thought it would be irresponsible for me to pre-announce that before he does it himself. That's all I'm saying.
So I guess under that idea, no one should ever share any news.
No more breaking news.
No more breaking news. Let the athletes talk about what they have to say. Given the scenario
that we're talking about, the game's going on, this guy's going to retire. I made the franchise quarterback. Okay?
So only when it's convenient should you, in your eyes, convenience
in my
being...
eyes, I think he still could have been given credit for being the first to the punch in terms of knowing about it. But the fact of the matter, he wants to be out there and put the whole franchise and Andrew Luck in a very uncomfortable position. That's what happened. I don't think
it is what happened, but I don't necessarily know that.
Then they started booing him, and I mean, the fans.
That's the fan base. How is that Adam Schefter?
If they didn't know anything about it, they wouldn't have an opportunity to boo.
I'd argue that I'm glad that that fan base was exposed for that behavior.
Behavior. I mean, I don't blame them. They shouldn't even know about it.
Love me now.
I agree with that, Reese.
Love me now. Hate me later.
When you get that news like that, I don't know. I think a lot of fan bases would boo.
Yeah, I would have done it totally different though. I would have said, big news coming up about the Colts directly following the game. Stay tuned to my Twitter feed.
That would have been cool. Yeah. But the fact to release that and everybody...
Andrew Luck still wouldn't have been the one to release the information. What's the difference?
Yeah, if Adam Schefter didn't do it, I'm sure Jay Glazer probably would have beaten him to the punch, maybe.
Assuming Jay Glazer knew about it. Right. It wasn't the press releases that went out, Michael. I think was an inside deal. Somebody said one of the coaches told him that.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have time for any more?
One more. I'm mad now. One more. Come on.
Oh, my gosh.
You got Reese.
All right, guys. North Carolina's trend of fewer participants in football and really sports in general continued last year. Data shows about 27,000 students participated in football in North Carolina in 2018. That's about a drop of 6%. There's a theory that students used to gain popularity by playing sports. But with social media, now there are other ways to be popular. Game on or game over, that social media is hurting athletics.
Wow. That is very interesting right there.
Hurting athletics. I don't know if that would be hard for me to say hurt. I think the threat of being injured, and just the lack of popularity around, the sport in general, is probably more of a factor than social media is.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
hurting in what way?
Hurting it as just what I said. Like kids used to be popular because they played sports. Now you can be popular because, everybody's following you on social media. Everybody, you have these influencers. So now in order to gain popularity, you may try to be an influencer or social media famous as opposed to playing sports.
So not being popular is hurting.
That's what one of the theories. That's what one of the theories is. That
you don't have to play. You don't have to play football to be the guy.
You don't have to play football to be the guy anymore.
Interesting. Go ahead, Jess.
Game over. I don't think I see that.
Okay.
Popularity being the driving force in athletics. I understand that, sports means a lot to a lot of people, and that, when you have a sport you love and an athlete that does great at it, you're going to love that person, and a lot of people are going to love that person, but I don't necessarily think that translates to hurting athletics or sport as a whole because they're not popular people.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I think to add to that, Vashti, is e-gaming and electronic sports in general.
Oh, yeah.
Because in addition to social media, with the advent of this esports and people become more popular. Some of them more popular by being a real famous doing that, or that guy playing sports online, if you will, versus playing on the field. So that may add to it as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys, but I think not just social media, but the internet, phones, everything else now is kind of leading to it. And then on top of that, football is a dangerous sport, and now there's more information about the long-term effects of it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a different person to want to sign up for the physical rigors of playing football at a high level, and that's not for everyone.
We gotta go, Vashti. This song remind me of what the Duke basketball player said during the NCAA tournament.
Oh.
It's like the three of us gone, Coach. We gotta bounce. Hey, we got to bounce to Vashti. Vashti, we holler you tomorrow.
Last year.
You have to excuse him.
We'll see.
He ain't gonna ever let it go. You know Chapel Hill is.
Hey, Cam Reddish, the best player to play last year. Trust me, it's going to be evident next year.
You better stay off them Twinkies.
Okay, let's go.